Hey Bougie Gang, what's going on? Hey guys. Hey guys, hey guys, hey guys, hey guys. Oh, what's going on? Okay, y'all. Um, as you can see on the screen, um, it's possible Roberto did him a favor. Okay? Maybe Roberto did a favor, having more business, having some business, because look what happened. Nesto got a new court date. So the court date for June is off the docket. So it appears that it's been a docket change. So it's not an ad. It appears that they changed it. So look at there. Looky, looky. Nesto has court next month. So I don't know that that's going to change anything because keep in mind, Roberto is on leave of absence through August, but maybe that will get Nesto's trial in before the end of the year. So they put their final plea in. And they start doing scheduling conferences and things like that, which some of those things can be done via Zoom. So it's not, I don't know. I mean, I don't know how Judge Dunaway runs his court. So there are things that can be done, Zoom and things like that, and maybe things that Tight Suit can make time for. Since he's going to be occupied with his other case, which makes sense. Can y'all hear me? Yes. Okay, so look on your screen, guys. If you're not sure what's going on, look on your screen. I went ahead and put up a screen for the receipt. This isn't like, this is major news in the sense there has been absolutely no news, okay? There hasn't been much news for a minute, but Nesto has court sooner than later, and it was, it seems like Sean Hoover putting in his leave, which you can also see on the screen, maybe push the court to kind of like, oh, well, we might need to change this sooner than later. You think he's going to plead guilty? I don't think so. He says he's in it. He has maintained. He has sat here for over 2 years on every single phone call and said he don't know them folks. Okay, how in the world is he going to plead that he is innocent when he has been sitting on the phone for 2.5 years talking about he's not guilty? He doesn't even know the people. Does that? I don't even see that. But that's your opinion and you have your right to it. So, okay, so you think, so there's someone who says they think he might plead guilty. That man looks slow. Which one? There's 3 men on the screen. Well, one guy uses different types of pronouns. So there's one guy who might be a gal. I don't know. Who are you talking about? There's a way too much to plead guilty to everything. There's way too much to plead guilty. Hello, hello, where are we at? This place is different. What are you talking about? We are in the clouds. What's different about that? A lot of times we're not going to know if a plea is offered until it's either accepted or denied. Oftentimes the DA is not going to put out, oh, we offered them a plea. You're not going to know until it's time for the person to either accept it or decline it. And sometimes we won't know unless it's accepted. So I just find it hard to believe that if they are seeking recidivist punishment, they are putting in intrinsic evidence. They have put in a lot of time. And then based on the crimes, I don't know that they're going to give him any type of a deal. But, I mean, that's just what I think. I don't know if that's actually what's going to happen or not. You know what I mean? So just a second, guys. I have to send a location. Ay, ay, ay. It's like, can I just do a copy and paste, please? Okay. Okay. All right, guys, give me just a second. Take a second. If you're just now coming in, take a look at the screen. And let's see. The deal is to take this here 20, or you'll be looking at 35. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. You know what I mean? I don't think, I also, remember he has two other very serious cases pending. So this could be a little dicey. Just a second, guys. Hey, James, gay. My membership is not showing up, and I can't figure out why. You're gonna have to check with if it's not showing up. I don't know what to tell you, babe. It doesn't look like it's showing up. So go to your settings. I can't think of where to do it now because I'm actually on my phone. But you need to go to your settings page. So in YouTube, click on your picture down in the right-hand corner and click on settings and go to like purchases and memberships. Your membership may not have renewed for the month. So it's not, it may not have renewed for the month for what. Just check that. If it hasn't renewed for the month, then just update and just opt back in. But yeah, it's not, you're right, it's not showing. But there's nothing, we have absolutely no function to be able to take away memberships. That's not anything a content creator would ever do, because you pay money, right? And that money turns to revenue. So nobody would ever, unless they're crazy, would ever cancel someone's membership. We're not able to do that. Like all it does is it's up to you. You renew it, you opt in, you're a member. You know what I mean? So if for some reason something happens, just look, because sometimes things blip for a reason. I don't know. But yeah, I would love for you to. It is renewed. Okay, so maybe look and see if there's at the top, there's like that help setting for YouTube. Also, there's always good old fashioned swipe up and out of the app and see if it resets. I'm not sure, hun. I mean, I have less features than you think I do. Like I really don't have those type of features to be able to check memberships. If you don't have an icon, you're not in green, it's looking like your membership hadn't renewed. So I'm not sure what to tell you, babe. I would say click on the question mark for YouTube and send them a ticket, and or maybe try to close out your app and see if it comes back. Check your emails and make sure you got charged for the month. I'm not sure what to tell you, hun. I really don't. Hearing type. Yes, we understand the difference between a plead. It's okay. I know you don't have anything to do with it. Okay, awesome. Okay. Guys, give me just a second. Let me let my dogs in. Okay. Can you actually believe they came the first time I called them? That's a miracle. Okay. All right. I don't have any. Just a second, guys. Okay. Okay, so you guys are asking about final plea versus final plead. I don't think I've ever seen a action called final plead on there. It's always been final plea or first arraignment or something like that. I'm not really sure why or how many opportunities you have to put in your status. Like, we know that Nesto has pled not guilty on numerous occasions, right? We know Nesto has pled not guilty on numerous occasions. And is it just another formality to give him another chance to say, okay, Your Honor, I'm not guilty. We're going ahead. We're doing this. We're doing that. Would any of you go to court if the trial starts? Would any of you I would go. I would go. I'm not saying I am going. I don't know when the case is going to start. If the case starts sometime in the summer and I can actually go, I would love to go. Now, all of the foolishness and shenanigans that have been happening at the Fulton County Courthouse, I'm not going for that. I'm going for a professional, legal hearing for somebody who's got felony charges. I'm not trying to go anywhere and get caught up in nonsense because people don't like bloggers. You know what I'm saying? Does that? My schedule, because for me, we have a very small family. It's myself, my husband, my daughter, and there's not a whole lot of bandwidth. I'm responsible for picking up, dropping off. So for me, and I live 3 hours away, unless we're out of school and it's the summertime, but judging on Roberto's schedule, I would almost think that he would be going to trial maybe in the fall if we're lucky. That'll be good. Or if he's lucky, maybe in the fall. But that would be, back to school schedule. And for me, I would be virtual and relying upon the broadcasts. Let me see what else you guys are saying. I know some of you guys in Bougie Gangland will be there. Some of you all have been there. So to answer the question to the person who asked in the chat, there have been several people from the YouTube streets who have gone to witness the hearings, and I'm sure they found it to be interesting. Let's see. Hold on a second, guys. Because I'm curious as to why Hoover didn't ask to move up the plea since. So he did. He sent a leave of absence. I need to read your whole sentence, but I'm driving. I was just at a little bit of a stop. It's not so. Basically, filing the leave of absence, these people have been doing this for a long time. So when they got the leave of absence on the filing, right, as you can see on the system, this is the docket. So I got an alert that there was something new on the docket. Trust and believe the clerk, all involved, got a alert that something changed on the docket. So when they saw that Sean now put himself out till after August, I'm making an assumption, realize like, oh wow, that's gonna move us later in the calendar. Maybe this was the first available. So Sean doesn't necessarily have to like, hey guys, hey Judge Dunaway's office, let's change this or that. Him filing that notice of leave makes it, the next step is for the court to figure out if there is an opening to be able to make an adjustment accordingly, because they were going to either have to move it up or back based on that LOA saying that he was not available. Let's see. I see something about Joey. Joey, where are you? Joey is probably around. Joey, are you here? If Joey's in the bushes, when I get back later, maybe we'll do a call-in. I'll have to... We're sending out the bat signal now. So, Joey, if you're available later this evening, let's have a chat on what you think, what you know about what's going on and what your thoughts are. But the final plea is it's the final step to moving into the part of pre-trial where we're actually going to start scheduling some trial. They should be getting close to done. I would hope, this is my hope. So on final plea, I would hope that the judge is setting the final expectations for all pre-trial motions to be entered and start making some rulings. We have quite a few pre-trial motions that have not been ruled upon, and it's just like, you can't really advance if you don't know the rules. So the motions kind of set the rules of engagement for the hearing, for the court, for the trial. So they've asked for things to be eliminated. They've asked for, so mostly certain evidence, they've asked for it to be eliminated. And the state has responded as to why they think it's valid or not valid, mostly invalid, and to disqualify or deny some of these motions. The judge has ruled on one motion, and that was the gag order, and the gag order was denied. So it's time for the judge to make some decisions. So it's quite possible that maybe there might be some decisions on April 30th, or they're going to set a motions deadline. So kind of like, are you guys finished going back and forth with discovery, witness lists, pretrial motions? This is going to be the time that the timeline will be set for. This is when everything needs to be done, and let's get into trial. It's not to say that there won't be motions that can be filed during trial, but pre-trial motions, things that set the groundwork for the trial, all of that needs to be done. All of that needs to be done. Evidence, everything, discovery, all of the things that need to be done before the trial should be done. And then maybe they're going to get back into another calendar conference, which calendar conference is one of the things that we missed, I believe, in December. And, well, I guess they did have the calendar conference, or they put out the calendar motion and gave a bunch of dates, but none of those dates were adhered to. So maybe this is a good thing, I think, as far as for Nesto and for the delays, and then also to start to expedite some motion on the other cases. Because if this case is coming to a close, rest assured the other cases need to start moving, because they've been sitting stagnant for over a year. So it's quite possible that if this case starts to close out, maybe we'll have some motion on the other cases, the CP, the sexual assault charges. Sonia, start saving up for her court. Girl, her court outfit better not be some shorts, okay? Let's see. I'm gonna stop. Who child? I'm late. Okay. Yeah, we had to do a vertical today, y'all. Okay. I need some air. Let's see. Yes. Okay. It's like, you know how it feels like it's spring. It's kind of low-key cold. It's not cold. It's like 68 degrees, but there is a very coolish, deceptive breeze that if you get behind a cloud, baby, you're going to be cold. Okay? It's I'm sure the victims are ready to move on and get this. Oh, babe, can you imagine? Do you imagine Miss Bickham, who's still? I'm sure. I would hope that Miss Bickham has made $191,000 times 10 over by now, and I'm sure she has the capabilities and all of that to do that. But I would still want my money, because that's a nice coin. $191,000, baby. I need my money back. I need all of it, and I want it quickly. Okay. And if that were the case, I would want some sort of restitution. But I guess she's gonna have to see if that's gonna happen. Okay, let's see. I was curious as to why Hoover didn't ask to move up the plea, since Wooten said he was ready the last time they were in court, as Joey said that June date was a placeholder, not written in stone. Everything is a placeholder. Everything is a placeholder. I mean, it was written in stone. Nothing is written in stone because, what if the lawyer dropped dead? You know what I mean? What if Nesto all of a sudden kidneys malfunctioned and he's not able to be in court for 6 months? You know what I'm saying? Like, shit happens. Any calendars are not necessarily written in stone, but I don't believe it was a placeholder. But it's whatever. We won't know now because Roberto wasn't available that they would be in court in June. Now they're going to be in court in April. So isn't that even better? For all of us court watchers who've been waiting for some court watching action, this is a good thing. Now, is Roberto so busy with his RICO trial that he's not really going to have time to mess with Nesto? That's a possibility. Nesto needs to make every minute count because Nesto's sitting over there playing like he doesn't know anything, playing like he doesn't know anybody. He's stuck on illegal search and seizures when I think that ship has sailed. Nobody is trying to play with him on this illegal search and seizure because no matter how much they can try to make Natalie Fields into having done something inappropriate, the law still stands that at the end of the day, Nesto he doesn't have the ability to claim the illegal search and seizure in the manner of which it was done because he doesn't stand on anything. He's not standing on a marriage that gives him the authority and the rights and privileges to that vehicle. So the car was not his. It belonged to Shirley Strawberry. He did not claim the vehicle in the divorce proceedings, which he could have tried to, but he did not. He's got a bigamous marriage. So on many different levels, you weren't married to Shirley, you didn't have any rights to the vehicle. She did not loan you the vehicle. And anything that you could have had based on that relationship, you don't have. What's going on at the school? Oh. Well, these parents out here are lined up. What is today? There must be some special program for the churn. Okay. I see somebody sent me something. Give me just a second. I'm pulling up to a light so I can read it. Okay. I just had to get through some parental traffic, and you know how that is. You know how y'all are, okay? I'm getting ready to hit over to another school in just a second where something is going on. Okay. All right, let's see. Oh my God. Okay. My question, why, baby? Let me grab my glasses. Hold on. Okay, my question, why is it that Sonia never asked Nesto why he needed money from these women? I'm just saying, anyone else curious about that? Awesome question. Okay, why has Sonia... Why does Sonia play ignorant? Is that what you mean? Why does Sonia play like that's not a questionable? Why does Sonia play about what Nesto does versus that's strange? Why would you do that? Or why were you asking women for money? Or I totally get you. She don't want that realty. She don't want the reality. She don't want that reality. Like she said, Tasha K said you was out here dicking down women for money. And he laughed. Y'all, he laughed. Tasha K said you were out here dicking down females for money. Sonya doesn't know that that was getting ready to be her. Now, she didn't have Gail Bickham money. I don't even think she had Mary Kay lady, Scretchen, Melody. I don't think she had Melody money. I don't think she definitely didn't have Shirley money. She's over there, look, I don't think Sonya has that type of coin. Maybe Nesto thought she had that coin, but she definitely didn't have that coin. She didn't have that coin because she wants to stay in the mist, and if she asks too many questions, Nesto gonna drop her. Girl, like a bad habit. Nesto knew Sonya was broke. Brokey, stop it. Okay. I still think the search was illegal. He didn't have the authority. But they didn't get Shirley's permission. Okay, hold on just a second, guys. Okay, guys, sorry about that. Ooh. All right. Y'all are out in the world with me. Okay. Question, y'all give me a second. Question, where they chit-chatting about all these business deals before he met her in person? Okay, were they chit-chatting about all these business deals before he met her in person? If so, was she definitely next? If so, she was definitely next. Okay. Thank you. Appreciate it. Hmm. Okay. Up there. Okay. Okay. Huh. Were they talking about it before they actually met? They met at the gas station, y'all. They met at the gas station. Sonia goes out with men on POG. What is POG? Plenty of guys. Ah! You guys are going to make me hurt myself. I know POF. I've heard of POF, and I know that there are plenty of unsavory well, let me not say that, because there might be someone in the midst who's on POF and perfectly respectable. But at the end of the day, POF is somewhat of a hookup website. So if you know POF, you've used POF, don't talk about it. Don't even mention it on here, because I'm getting ready to talk shit about it, okay? Okay? And don't feel away, because I'm not talking about you, okay? I'm talking about Miss Side Chick, okay? I'm going to make the best of being a side chick. I'm going to embrace my side chickery status, all of that. Hey, y'all, am I on time? You're never late, baby. Always on time. Y'all, look at the time. Okay. I still think the search was illegal. He didn't have the authority, but they didn't get Shirley's permission. What do you think? I always thought that because Shirley owned the vehicle, some of what he was saying wasn't valid because it wasn't his truck. And I felt like low-key he was trying to throw Shirley under the bus. So when it was convenient for him to own the truck, then it was, or be the husband of the truck and have husband benefits, it was this. And then when it's not, I don't know what they're going to say, but did they have Shirley's permission? I don't think they felt they needed to have the permission, because for all intents and purposes, they were operating under the fact that that was her husband, right? So I think that just as much as he was playing husband, they were giving him husband benefits because they looked it up. They did their research. As you can see in the warrants that we've read, they knew that Shirley was the wife. So I think they were kind of governing accordingly to what they thought the situation was, because make no mistake, they were investigating him. So they knew what the deal was. They knew the truck belonged to Shirley, and they knew that that was the truck that he was typically driving. Because she had been surveilling him and all of those things, right? So, was she going on a hunch? Was it illegal? Did she do something wrong? It's possible, but at the end of the day, if you want to, so is it, look, if Nesto's attorney has the right to argue a technicality, like technically this was not correct, this was an illegal search and seizure, but don't they get to rebuttal with a technicality? Well, that wasn't your vehicle anyway. That wasn't your wife anyway. That was a bigamous. Okay. So if they're arguing a technicality, like if they were operating in good faith, right? Let's just say, so let's just assume they're operating in good faith. If they're operating in good faith and all of the circumstances are what they think they are, and Nesto and Roberto want to argue a technicality, why is it that the state can't argue a technicality? Even though they didn't know that, even though they didn't know that there was going to be a Hail Mary, basically, a Hail Mary of a situation that was going to make a potential illegal search and seizure okay, because there were things that were obtained under false pretenses. There was not the benefit of marriage. He was not the owner of the vehicle. When he had the opportunity to ask for the vehicle, he didn't ask for the vehicle. All of those things. So if you're gonna argue technicality, then they can argue technicality, right? At the end of the day, they found out the vehicle was stolen. They can argue that. Okay. So let's just say, right. So let's say it was a whole different situation, and they're like, "Oh, Mr. Williams, can you step out of the car?" Then all of a sudden, they're taking him in, and then they find out that the vehicle is stolen, or they find out something else. They hear someone knocking in a trunk, and then they decide to pop the trunk because then they have probable cause because they think that there could be a body in the trunk. I'm not saying that that's something Nesto did. I'm just saying there are circumstances that can arise that you did not plan for, right? At the end of the day, they found out the vehicle was stolen. Okay. Niner girl, happy belated birthday. Yesterday was my oldest son and my dad's birthday too. Happy birthday to all of the Aries. And Shirley didn't even know it wasn't her truck in name, and gave it was her truck in her, the truck was in her name, to have to give permission. I'm not sure when she found out. It feels like it was at some point. Look, I think it's odd that he was doing so much in her name, but there are people who play like that. My husband would never buy something in my name and not tell me. I don't even know that my husband has ever bought anything in my name in over 11 years of marriage. But there are people like that they use each other's names. We have our own credit, individually and then together, right? But I've never purchased anything in his name, and he's never purchased anything in mine. I look at my credit report all the time. Everything that's on my credit I know about, and you know what I mean? Like, I had a hand in it myself. So there's nothing that I don't know about. The fact that Shirley has had financial issues in the past, maybe because if she goes eyes blind to her credit, maybe she is the type that doesn't, pay attention to her credit, doesn't know what's going on. Just because someone makes $400,000 or $500,000 a year doesn't mean that they're not living hand to mouth. Because clearly, if you don't have enough money to pay for your $7,000 rent, and you guys are constantly being evicted, that's a problem. So maybe too much time at Gucci, too much time buying designer, spending too much money, too many fancy cars, very high car payments, maybe, $15,000 and $20,000 going out the door for living expenses. I don't know. But me personally, the way I keep up with my finances, I would know if I had randomly some sort of new something financed up under my name. I would know. The fact that she didn't know tells me she doesn't pay attention to her credit. I'm sorry, Shirley Expo. Huh. Shouts out to all my blondes out here. What's she paying for? Life? Wasn't she had LifeLock on her paycheck, but she had life. Okay. Thank you so much. Okay. She had LifeLock on her paycheck. Excellent point. Y'all. You see what I'm saying? Girl, there's so many facts out here. It's hard to remember everything. It's some foolishness, okay? Okay. Let me go to my next destination. Shirley was willfully and wantonly and sillily ignorant to what was going on. She played and got played. Now, is she good? Shirley seems to be fine. Shirley looks happy, healthy. She looks amazing. She's still at her job. It seems like everything is going well for her. So what was meant for her downfall, she's good. Was it stupid? Like she said in a recent episode on the Steve Harvey show, that was probably one of the worst decisions she had ever made, right? Sis feels a way about dealing with Nesto. Maybe she feels like, that was not one of my best decisions that has led to some really awful circumstances in my life. All right. I see a question, but I can't read it yet. Did she? That's what he says. So to the person who says, did she let him handle the bills? That's her excuse. She said, okay, that's what Nesto said. If I were Nesto, I wouldn't even tell anybody that. The fact that you had all kinds of vehicles in repo, all kinds of out-of-date registrations, nothing ever seemed to be right. You got to be kidding me. Telling everybody that you handled the finances is absolutely nothing to brag about. Okay? The way this man handled and messed up folk money, he shouldn't ever run that information to anybody. Okay, guys, I'm going to have to wrap this up. If you guys have any more questions, drop your questions down below. Let me see if I can answer a couple more before I peace all the way out. Let me see. And they had a joint account. Let me tell you, I think a lot of us who were single, like I was single until I was in my late 30s, almost 40 years old, right? Just the thought of having someone take over my finances and help me out was something that seemed like something awesome, right? Now, me personally, that's just a thought, because the reality is you don't ever really give up on managing your finances. Even if your man is managing your finances, you should still know as a household what the hell's going on with that money. There is no time that any woman should ever be blind to the fact of what is going on in your household with them coins, okay? Can we just leave on that? You better know that things are getting paid. You better know whether your insurance is insurancing. You better know that the investments are investing. You better know what's going on, because if something happens and your boo thing drops dead and you're at the lawyer's office and find out that you're penniless, how many movies do we have to see when some woman is eyes blind to the accounts and boo boo passes away and there's no money? You better keep up on what's going on in those books. It's nice to be a pampered princess, queen, and all of that, but baby, you better know what's going on with them books. Okay? You better. It's 2025. People will drag you. They're gonna drag you. Doesn't she have her MBA? How did she not know? What had happened? Girl, they will drag you. Your mama, your sisters, they're going to be mad that they have to contribute to Boo Boo's funeral. Or you got to go move in with them, or you're getting ready to downsize, whatever the case might be. Don't let that be you. This is a cautionary tale. Everybody knows this, and everybody should have been taking notes a long time ago about this whole situation. You know, Shirley got duped. Shirley got comfortable. He caught her at the right time. She got comfortable and she got caught slipping. It's okay. It happens to a lot of people. I really don't fault Shirley. I like Shirley a lot. I think she's had an amazing career, and she didn't deserve what she got. And Nesto's an opportunist. Anyway, guys, I'm going to let y'all go. The news is there's a new court date in April. We can talk about it later. Just so you know that you know that you know. There's a new court date. It's April 30th. Roberto put in a leave of absence. Because of the leave of absence, they had to update the calendar. June is no longer there. And we got court in a month. Look at us. All of us court watchers, baby, we got court next month, okay? All right. Anyway, guys, I'm going to let y'all go. You guys have a wonderful evening. I'll see you guys next time. Make sure to thumbs up this live for me, and I will talk to you guys next time. Take care. Bye, guys.